Hello Flowly friends, and welcome to this chair yoga for hips and low back. All you're going to need for this session is your beautiful self and a nice sturdy chair. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. So we're going to begin today's practice sitting up nice and tall in the chair, preferably away from the back of the chair, and making sure that your knees are right above your ankles in this nice neutral position. Place your hands nice and gently on your lap. Let's take a couple of deep breaths here. Take a big breath in, find some length up through your spine, and then exhale, nice and slowly release. Let your shoulders relax. Let that belly just go nice and soft too. Take an inhale and exhale. Lovely. Last one, big breath in and sigh it out. So we're going to begin with a little side stretch here, but a side stretch with a little bit of a difference. So left hand is going to grab the side of the chair, right arm is going to sweep up, and then take that little lean over to the left. Wonderful. Now, when you get here, take a really slow, gentle twist of the torso. So you're now kind of going over to that left side, looking down at the floor. And you're really going to notice this kind of twist, this little stretch right around the top of the hip into your low back here. Let's hold it here for a big breath in. Exhale. And then inhale really slowly, just unravel, coming back to center and then releasing your arm. Let's take that to the other side. Right hand's grabbing the chair. Left arm goes up and over. So go into the stretch first, side stretch, leaning over. Then start to gently twist the torso over to the right. So now you're looking down at the floor. So you take it as far as you want to go here. Just really thinking about the low back and where you're feeling that stretch, that twist. Take a breath in. Exhale. And then nice and slowly unravel yourself, come back to center. Let's just do one more of those each side. So take it nice and steady, right arm up, make sure left hand's grabbing the chair. Take that little lean first into the side stretch so you feel that side body lengthening out, and then take that little rotation over to the left. Hold it, inhale, exhale. Wonderful. Inhale, slowly come back to center, release your arm, take it to the other side, left arm goes up into the side stretch first. Perfect, then the little rotation to the right. You might find it a little easier on this second one. Take a big breath in, exhale. Perfect, and then nice and gently, we release. Perfect. Hands are going to come to the knees. We're going to take ourselves into a forward fold. So nice and slowly slide your hands down your legs. Let your chest come over the top of the thighs or as close as it can. And then let the head hang forwards. Just letting the spine stretch out. You're going to notice how your low back has a little stretch here as well. Take a couple of breaths. Sigh it out if you need to. Always feels good to sigh out. Inhale. Let it go. Perfect. Take an inhale, slowly, gently, just roll yourself back up into a seated position. Take a breath here, let your shoulders relax. Inhale and exhale. We're going to slide back down again into that forward fold. And then just notice the difference in your low back here, how it feels. Let the head hang forward. Take a breath. Exhale. Now, in this position, we're going to take a little reach out with the arm. So I want you to come into a little halfway lift. So just coming halfway up the shins, hands halfway up the shins, shoulders away from the ears. Now you want to keep your core nice and tight here, back nice and flat. And then we're going to release the left arm out in front. Take a little reach and stretch. Maybe have a little wiggle of your fingers. Perfect. And then let the hand come back to the shin and then switch sides. So you're pressing against that shin as you reach the other arm out. Have a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then down it comes. And then roll yourself back down into the forward fold. Perfect. When you're ready, inhale, roll yourself all the way back up. Wonderful. Now we're going to take ourselves into a little bit of a back bend. So into a little camel position. So I'm just going to turn my chair to the side in case you need to see at a bit of a different angle. So you might want to sit forward a little bit on the back of your chair, but make sure your knees come right above your ankles. We're going to grab the back of the chair with both hands, wherever's the most comfortable for you. And then we're going to get nice and tall through the spine, rolling the shoulders back, lifting your chest, like arching it up towards the sky, and just pressing your hips forward a little bit, taking you into a back bend. So this would be a variation on camel pose if you was doing yoga down on the floor. Let's take a nice big breath into the low back here. Exhale, let it all go. And then take an inhale. Use your hands here to press you into a nice straight spine again. Hands come to the knees, and we're going down into a forward fold. So just letting the head hang forward again. Oh, just that forward fold. Just notice how it kind of lengthens out the whole spine again, gives you this kind of little release here. Big breath in, exhale, and then inhale, roll yourself up nice and slowly. We're going to go back to that camel pose. So hands are coming behind you on the back of the chair. So use your hands here to press them into the chair to allow you to lengthen up, arch the spine, press the hips forward. Any amount is good. You know, if pressing the hips forward doesn't feel good for your back today, but arching through your chest does, then just do that. We don't have to do both of them. Lovely. Let's breathe in. And exhale, and then inhale, slowly straighten the spine, releasing your hands, and then float it down into that forward fold. Oh, letting it all stretch out again. Perfect. Breathe in. Exhale. Wonderful. And then take an inhale and roll yourself all the way back up. Perfect. Okay, we're going to take the legs a little bit wider now. So we just want to take the feet, maybe knees, a little bit wider than your hips. So not too wide. You don't want to be too wide because we're going to be placing the forearms onto the thighs. So if they're too wide, you're going to be like, it's not going to feel comfortable. So your toes want to be pointing forward. Feet are just that little bit wider. Left forearm, we're going to bring it to the top of the left thigh. Let your hand relax. Same with the right one. Go with that one as well. And now you're just kind of leaning in to those forearms into the tops of the thighs. Okay, take a nice big breath here. Try and keep your head in a neutral position. What we want to try and avoid here is the rounding of the spine, the dropping the head and kind of sinking into the shoulders. So nice flat back. Let's take another big breath in. Exhale. Perfect. And then we're going to drop this right shoulder down towards the left side, and you'll notice that your forearm presses against your leg. Now, if you can, really press as firmly as possible without the leg moving. So they're kind of pressing against each other here. Press, 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 and you're going to feel that stretch right in the low back there, right at the back of those hips. Take a nice big breath in. And then exhale, just slowly return back to center. Let's take that to the other side. So dropping left shoulder, pressing into that left leg, press, press, press. Remember, you know how far you can press here. So just see what works for you, see how it feels. Take a breath and exhale, come back to center. Let's do one more of those each side. So press, press, press. Lovely. Dropping that right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, we come back to center. Slowly. Pressing to the left. Press, press, press. Take a breath. And exhale, come back to center. Wonderful. Take an inhale. Press yourself nice and upright. And then let's just bring the legs in so they're about hip distance apart. Okay, we're going to do eagle legs now. So we're going to take this right leg and we're going to cross it over the left. Now, if you wanted to, you could extend the lower leg, the left leg, a little bit further out just to make it a little bit more comfortable. But otherwise, you're just going to have your knee right above your ankle. Okay, so what we're going to do is a little bit like what we did with our camel pose. We're going to take the hands around the back of us, grabbing the back of the chair. You're going to take an inhale, you're going to lift up through your spine, you're going to roll those shoulders back and you're going to press the hips forward. So little eagle back bend here, or a little eagle / camel. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale. Wonderful. Take an inhale, just straighten up the spine. We're going to bring the hands to the legs here, and then we're going to go into a forward fold with the legs crossed. So nice and slowly, just slide the hands down the legs, let your chest come over the top of the thighs. If you can, let the head just round forward towards your knee, and take a breath here. Exhale. Wonderful. And then inhale nice and slowly, roll it up. Let's do one more of those. So keeping the legs as they are, hands behind the back of you on the chair, nice and tall through your spine, lifting, rolling the shoulders back, little gaze up. So again, it's you decide how far you want to press those hips forward. We take an inhale, exhale, and then nice and gently straighten up. Release your hands to the legs and then gently roll it down to that forward fold. Let the head hang forwards. Let's take one breath here and let it go. Perfect. Take an inhale, slowly, gently roll yourself up. Now, keeping this right leg crossed over, but what we're going to do is we're going to kind of lift it up a little bit. So we're just kind of releasing it up, and you're going to take your hands, maybe interlace your fingers just to cradle the knee here. You want to make sure that your left knee is right above your ankle for this one. Now, once you're in a position to cradle, you can use your forearms if you want to, or just your hands. See what feels the best, what's more comfortable for you to do. Take an inhale, get nice and tall. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist the torso over to the right. So just taking a little gaze. And we're just getting that little twist in the low back here. You might feel it a little bit higher this time, so a little bit more kind of waist height. Hold it, breathe in. Exhale. Lovely. Inhale, slowly we come back to center. Wonderful. Nice and gently release your leg. We're going to take it into a forward fold. So hands slide over the legs. Let's bring it all the way down. Let the head hang forwards. Take a breath here. And let it go. Perfect. Take an inhale. We're going to roll all the way up. Nice and gently. And then we're going to go back to that little wide leg push that we did from side to side. So bring those legs that little bit wider again. Left forearm down to the left thigh. Right forearm down to the right thigh. When you're ready, right shoulder first, we're dropping it down, pressing into that leg. So leg against the arm, arm against the leg. You might notice it feels a little easier to do this time. Less kind of tension there. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. Slowly come back to center and then switch sides. Dropping that left shoulder. We're pressing. We're going to hold for one breath. Inhale. Exhale. Excellent. Nice and slowly come back to center. Almost just kind of reset your spine for a moment. Don't rush it. Then inhale. Lift yourself up. We're going to bring those legs back in. We're going to cross left leg over the right this time. So into those little eagle legs. And then into that little back bend again. So hands are coming behind us on the chair. We take an inhale, we get really tall, then we lift the chest, pressing the hips forward if that's comfortable. And same again. We hold it here for one full breath in and exhale. Lovely. On the inhale, we slowly just straighten up the spine, releasing the hands. They come to the legs. And then just roll yourself down into a little forward fold here. Head just comes towards your knee. Take an inhale and exhale. Perfect. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up. And then hands come behind your back again. Grab the chair with both hands. Press down, lift up through your spine. Start to arch the spine up to the sky, pressing the hips forward. Take a breath. Like you're breathing into your low back. Exhale, let it go. Perfect. And then inhale, straighten up. Release the hands and roll it down into that little forward fold. Wonderful. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Wonderful. Take an inhale, roll yourself up. So into that kind of little pigeon variation now. So we are going to bring the leg up a little bit higher, but still kind of maybe ankle or shin is crossed over the top of the leg. Interlace the fingers or maybe hug in with the arms. Take an inhale, find some length through your spine here. Make sure that right knee is above the ankle as well. And then take that little twist over to the left. Wonderful. We're going to hold it here. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale. Wonderful. And then nice and slowly bring yourself back to center. Let's release the legs and hands slide over the knees back to our last forward fold here. So let your spine fully stretch out, let your head hang forwards. Wonderful. Now what might be quite nice here is to just take a little sway of your head and your neck, or if you can sway the upper body, just take it from side to side nice and gently. Lovely. And then just come back to some stillness. If you can bring your arms around the backs of your legs and then just kind of hug in. Hug in as hard as you can, maybe grabbing opposite elbows or maybe hugging around the thighs, giving yourself a really big squeeze. Notice how this gives a release in the low back. Take a breath in. Exhale. Wonderful. Release those arms and then take an inhale, rise all the way back up. Come and sit all the way to the back of your chair. Get fully supported here. Wonderful. Close your eyes for a moment. Take some deep breaths and just tune in to how you feel right now. Wonderful. And just take a moment here to thank yourself for doing something for your back and your hips today, especially if you was experiencing some sort of discomfort or achiness from the back today, if you've got arthritis and this area wasn't feeling particularly good. You've got some blood flow, you've given it a stretch out, and hopefully it's just feeling that little bit better. Perfect. Take a big breath in when you're ready. Sigh it out. And then gently blink open your eyes. And that brings us to the close of this chair yoga for your hips and your low back. I hope that you enjoyed this session. If you did, please give me a little like and leave me a comment, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take good care. Bye.